everyone, it's Jen. I'm here to cook with you again. It's Wednesday night. I am so cold today, so I don't know, I know lots of you are from all over the place, but I wanted to start by asking you a question of, now those of you who live here, you're not allowed to answer, but those of you who don't live around here, what was the coldest temperature that it hit today? Because let me tell you how cold it got. It got so cold that we didn't have any hot water because our exhaust pipe from our hot water on demand froze up. Completely froze up, and my poor husband had to be outside in the minus, I'm going to tell you, minus like 40 weather for like 2 hours, blow drying the heck out of the thing so that it would melt so that we could have hot water today. Hence why I have a hat on right now. So we now have hot water again, so yay, and life is good, and I hope you guys are staying warm, those of you who are from Edmonton area and cold areas of the world right now. I hope you're staying warm. I'm happy and grateful to have hot water again. It's such a luxury that you just don't even realize you have until you have it. But we're gonna cook some soup because it's so cold this week still. It's so cold, we're gonna be cooking up Thai coconut soup. It's one of it's a new recipe or packet from this season, and it's one of my favorite recipes, and the leftovers are amazing. So when I can make this today, it's gonna be for lunch, and it's gonna be delicious for days. It's not something that isn't as good the next day. You all know there's meals out there that you just like don't look forward to eating the leftovers of. I know you do. And though this is one that is so easy, I just pop it in the microwave, it heats up, and I'm ready to go to have like a really awesome lunch the next day. So I'm super excited to be sharing this with you, because if you're looking for quick and easy, delicious and healthy and all the things, this is going to be one that you want to put on your list. And so Thai coconut soup, super easy, just a handful of ingredients. I'm going to be making it vegan tonight. What I love about Epicure is you really can customize it. There's mushrooms in it. If you don't love mushrooms, don't use mushrooms. Pick another vegetable. It's really not that big a deal. I'm going to have some bok choy in there. You could use spinach if you couldn't get your hands on bok choy, because it's not always available in our grocery stores. I've got some tofu, but if you don't love tofu, you could use chicken. You could use whatever, shrimp. You could use whatever you want in it. So it's very customizable, but you get the delicious flavor. And then we're going to put some sweet potatoes in there as well. So first thing that we're going to do is take a look at the recipe, because even though I've made it a few times, my memory is not what it used to be, and I'm sure you all can relate to that because it's crazy times right now. So first thing I'm going to do is start getting the sweet potato, and what makes the sweet potato cook so fast is I'm going to be using the steamer. I already have one small sweet potato all cut up in here because I figured you didn't need to watch me cut up two. But I did want to show you my new peeler, because if you haven't seen it yet, it's a super awesome add-on to your order because it is the best peeler in the world. So last week I was cutting carrots with it, but what I wanted to show you is even with the sweet potato, you can go back and forward, and you just turn it with one hand and go back and forward with the other, and it just like glides everything off really easily, which is super fantastic for cleaning up your vegetables and those vegetables that need to be peeled. Super easy. And then I just quickly do the ends. And my dog loves sweet potatoes. Anybody else have a dog that loves sweet potatoes? Mine loves sweet potatoes and knows I'm cutting one and is right at my feet here waiting for it. All right, so I'm gonna have to share some with her. Oh, she dropped it. She didn't even catch it. So I'm just gonna chop this up into tiny pieces. And if I was cooking this in the soup in the pot, this recipe would be a whole lot longer, because have you ever tried to boil sweet potatoes? You probably have, maybe you haven't. if you have, you know it takes so long to cook sweet potatoes that way. I would be cooking this soup for an hour. I do not want to be cooking this soup for an hour. I like fast and easy, and my steamer is going to help speed up that process. So we have 3 different sizes of steamers, and they are like the #1 choice for hosts. We get lots of people, because when you host, you get like half price items and free products, and it's like the #1 host choice item. And it also comes in our business kit, which is super awesome, because our new consultants get to start off right on track and have the tools they need to get going right away also. So once this steamer is all full of these sweet potatoes, I'm gonna simply pop that in the microwave for 6 minutes. It's a waterless steamer, so it's gonna steam using the water molecules in my sweet potatoes. I don't actually have to put any water in there, which also means it's gonna lock in the nutrients, because it's not gonna lose all of those water-soluble nutrients into the water if you were to add water. So I'm gonna pop this in here for 6 minutes. And then I'm gonna turn on the stove here. I've got 2 cups of water in here. And if you're not familiar with our multi-pots, you probably would fall in love with them if you got your hands on one. What do I love most about it? Well, first of all, I needed 2 cups of water, and there's measurements in there, so I didn't have to pull out another utensil to measure. I could measure right in the pot. I love the handle because it's ergonomic. It doesn't hurt my wrist when I'm trying to pour out. It has the pour spout. It has the strainers in the lid. Love this pot, and it's a really nice size. It's really deep and tall, so it doesn't take up your big burner, but it still has a nice size for volume. So we're just gonna dump in the can of coconut milk with that, and the seasoning packet to start, and we're gonna get that up to a boil. Try not to splash everywhere on myself here. That came out pretty good. And then make sure I'm doing it right. See, it's so easy, because I have all of the instructions right here, so I don't have to memorize it. I don't have to pull up the website or anything like that. It's super simple here. So 2 cups of water, 1 can of coconut milk, and the seasoning, and we're gonna bring that to a boil, and then we're going to cut up the rest of our ingredients while that's coming to a boil, and then we're gonna pop it in with it after that. Just gonna whisk that all together and then let that come to a boil, and then we're gonna bring it down to a simmer once it is boiling. Okay, so for the bok choy, I'm just going to use our ceramic knife, and I like to cut it like right down the middle, and then just do slices. So I discovered last week, I'll share a funny story with you. Actually, I think it was 2 weeks ago now. Time is crazy in the world of COVID. Kind of does that to you. So whatever week it was, I made bok choy, and I had only ever made it in soup or stir fries prior to making it this way. And what I did is I actually steamed it and ate some food over top of it, because like I do that with spinach all the time and some other greens and stuff, and I thought, sure, I'll just do that, right? Because I had some extra bok choy to use up. Well, then I steamed it, and I made the sweet garlic chicken, and I'm telling you now, it is not the same as Swiss chard. It was terrible. It was so terrible. So bok choy needs to go in soup or stir fries. Don't steam it and try to like put your proteins and stuff and make a Nourish bowl with it, because it's terrible. It's so bitter. So I learned my lesson. So I thought, you know what, I was thinking about it today, and I was like, you know, I probably should warn you and share the same thing in case you were thinking the same thing like me, as it could be like, If you had leftovers, you could use it as a base of a Nourish bowl. Don't do it. It's so terrible, like terrible. It was painful. I was like, no, never again. So right now what I'm doing is I have some organic non-GMO tofu, extra firm tofu. In my area, Costco is the best place to get it, if you're wondering. You can get it for much less than your grocery store, and it is the good stuff there. They do have the organic non-GMO, which is perfect, and 1 pack is perfect for a recipe, so it's just perfect for me. So I've got all that chopped up. I'm gonna take a look and see if we are heading towards a boil yet. Because as soon as we hit simmer, we're gonna turn it down to simmer as soon as we hit boil. And then we're gonna toss this in and just simmer it while we're waiting for the sweet potatoes. Then we're gonna add the sweet potatoes and it's done. Like, it's that easy. And so what I'm gonna do, once it's all cooked and ready to go, I'm actually gonna use these 4-cup prep bowls to portion it out for lunches, because these are so handy for lunch portions. So we do have these in the catalog, which we have been begging for these as consultants. We had a couple of specials years ago with these, so us consultants have had our hands on this bowl, and now it's finally in the catalog. We've been begging for years, and it is seriously the best for making Nourish bowls and creating your lunch ahead. They're the best bowls. They come with a silicone lid, and if you have to reheat, no worries, because it's glass. It can go straight into the microwave. You don't have to worry about transferring it to something that you wouldn't want to put in your microwave, because I don't recommend ever using plastic in your microwave, no matter what the rating says on it. I don't think anything that cannot go in the oven should go in my microwave. That's just kind of my stance on it, is if it's not safe in my oven, I don't feel safe cooking with it in my microwave. And that's why I really love Epicure silicone, because Epicure silicone not only goes in the microwave, but it is also oven safe. It's super heat stable, which is really important for me, because I don't want to be eating any sort of petrochemicals or anything like that. Okay, so my soup is boiled. My microwave has beeped. I just dropped it down to a simmer. I'm gonna drop everything. I should have used like my mats, because my mats I could pick up and fold and toss in there, but that's all right. I'll lift it up anyways and try my best not to make a mess. Not as good as I've got tofu flying everywhere. Okay. Everywhere. Okay, and then our soup ladle, which I am super excited is going to be back in stock soon, because it's the best soup ladle in the world, because you don't even have to lift the pot to scoop the last drop out or whatever. So if you have like a big stock pot full of anything, if you ever cook big batches of anything, you need this ladle, because who likes picking up, or a crock pot, if you ever cook in your crock pot and you have to like pick that heavy clay thing up to try and pour it out, it's terrible. With this, it scoops every last drop. You don't have to lift the heavy pot. So I love our ladle so much. I can't recommend it enough. Okay, and then I'm gonna pull the sweet potatoes out and dump those in there, because they're all cooked up and delicious. You see they're bright orange, add lots of great color in here. So this is a soup that is full of color. It's really hearty. It's full of flavor. You can even see like red peppers from the seasoning mix. There's like chunks. You can see in the package there's like some red in the picture. It's actually like chunks of red pepper. So they rehydrate and you have like extra red pepper. So another color of vegetable in here. So you actually have like 4 colors of vegetables in here, which is awesome. So this just lets sit to simmer for a few minutes, get the mushrooms cooked. Everything else is pretty much cooked, so we just need to let the mushrooms simmer for a little bit. So I'm gonna put the lid on this for now, and I wanted to talk to you because been hearing all week long about like people just being bored and stuck in a meal rut. So I wanted to talk some more about some of the other meal packs we have, because these have been super helpful for meal planning. Super helpful to be inspired and to just think about like what I might want to eat. So I picked out some of my favorites to share with you, and I wanted to talk about, there's a winter warm-up collection, which is a 30-day meal plan. It's right in the catalog, right in the beginning pages. I think it's on, I'm gonna look. It's right in the beginning here on page 12. So page 12, winter warm-up, better than takeout. It has all of our new products in it and a 30-day meal planner. So you see all of them in there. It is like the #1 thing. If you want to have variety, how about 30 different meals planned out for you with grocery lists and everything attached for you. So that is like the simple and easy way to get variety, is one of those collections. We have a 3-week weeknight collection. We have two different 30-day collections. And then even if you just want to go through and custom create your own by picking them individually, you can absolutely do that. My favorites right now are the enchilada. We made enchilada chicken zoodles. So that's the other thing, is these are not just what you see on the back of the package. We have all kinds of different recipes that you can make with it in our meal plans. And if you go to jenlaurie.epicure.com, you have a full recipe database on there. And then of course on Jen's Epic Culinary Creations, I'm always sharing recipes that I'm creating in my kitchen as well. Another one that is really great for warming up too is African sweet potato stew. And then I can't forget the crispy crunchy lettuce wraps, because I've made like 3 or 4 different recipes with them, and all the recipes have been amazing and delicious. And then we have the General Tao, which this one came out a while ago, but I have to say it's remained one of my family's, all of my kids enjoy it. It's one of our family's top choices still after years. So that's got to say something. So the General Tao, it's more sweet than spicy, but it's got flavor. It's not like boring or dull or anything like that. And then our Cha-Cha chili is a standard, nice, warm you up kind of flavor. It's a family-friendly chili, so it's got lots of flavor, but it's not like super spicy. So the kids will eat it, but it's not dull and boring. Okay, so those are some ideas for you. I hope that's helpful. I would love to, if you're looking through the catalog or the website and you're like, oh my gosh, my list is so big, that's when you want to host a cooking class, because you can invite your friends to come check it out with you and be inspired to create delicious meals in their kitchen. And when you invite your friends to shop with you, you're going to get some free products. So whenever you have a giant shopping list, you absolutely want to host a cooking class. And if you've been watching for a while and you're like, man, I think I want to give this a try, because this would be really fun to try and like cook for my family and share with others and make some income on the side, I absolutely would love to have a conversation with you. So reach out anytime. But that's it for this week. It's super easy, super fast. Thai coconut soup. It is the best recipe to make ahead and have leftovers and have lunches. So great option for lunches, but also if you are really busy and you just need something that you can make super fast, right there, it's so easy. Anyways, I wish you all an awesome night. Thank you so much for watching. And you know what's really awesome about this is I don't always plan my meals, and even if my meals are planned, I haven't thought about dinner time until usually 4:30 or 5 o'clock, and we usually eat by 5:30. And I haven't even started thinking about dinner yet. And so I don't have to do a lot of prep, but it's super easy. I don't even have to start thinking about dinner until right before I'm making it, because it's so easy to make. So thanks for watching. Thank you for following. I love your feedback. And if you're cooking with Epicure in your kitchen, snap a picture, post it in the group here, because I am going to be giving away some prizes at the end of the month for everyone who is sharing what they're making in their kitchen and inspiring all of us to eat better and cook healthier, delicious meals in different ways. Have an awesome night. Bye.